You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, NASCAR diecast collectors and diecast reviewers on YouTube? This is Original Big Bri here, and welcome back to another new episode of the NASCAR Diecast News 2018 Season 8 here on my YouTube channel. And we got ourselves a lot of cool stuff to be talking about on this brand new episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, including your newly released 2018 diecast from my good friends at Lester's Diecast and other local retailers I will mention throughout this video. And we also do got 124s included as well. We got also some brand new pre-orders to be talking about from the last 3 weeks that we missed, and we also got some cancellations as well, more Xfinity cars, so that's a good hint. And we do got some exclusive first looks from our good friends at Lionel Racing on some newly diecast that will be coming out in the next few months. And of course, we're already in now, guys, for NASCAR Authentics 2018 Wave 2. It's here, and we are going to get to that and many more as the NASCAR Diecast News starts right now. But before we do that, guys, we're going to take a look back at the last episode of the NASCAR Diecast News with its best-selling diecast and its least-selling diecast from NASCAR Diecast News 190. Alright, everybody, welcome to NASCAR Diecast News. Original Big Bri here, and today we're going to be looking at the new released diecast on our new episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, supplied from our good friends at Lester's Diecast. And I also want to give a good mention to some other local diecast dealers for this episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. Shout out to 07 Racing Collectibles and Rex Chevy. Wanted to give those guys a good shout out. As much as I love Plan B Sales and K-State Diecast, it's always, I always love to encourage you guys to go out and support your local diecast dealers, because after all, they are going to need the business, and it is pretty hard to get a lot of diecast dealers around the area, I can only imagine. But decided to go ahead and give that little PSA announcement for you guys. But anyways, let's get on to the new release diecast. Alright guys, so we're going to start off with some new 164s and a new 124 as well. Not too much like we did on last episode, guys, but still enough to be talking about for this section. So first one up for the 164s, we got Matt Benedetto's 2017 number 32 Keen Parts Darlington Throwback Ford Fusion. Yes, pretty cool seeing a Matt Benedetto diecast from 2017 finally being released, and this is the only time you can get a Matt Benedetto car from last year. As you know, I mean, we'll get back to this guy very soon, but this is basically going to be a Johnson throwback scheme to Bobby Allison's 1980 number 12 Miller Lite highlight car. So if you guys do remember that, that's just a really cool paint scheme, and Lionel did a good job replicating this car into the diecast form. And what can I say, man? I mean, I think this is another cool. This is something that Go Fast Racing, I think, did another good job producing. We did got Jeffrey Earnhardt's Keen Parts Outer Pops car from a couple years ago in the NASCAR Authentics Wave and in the Gold Series. So cool to see Go Fast Racing made another diecast for an unfortunate underfunded driver, which is having some trouble with some sponsorship, but he's been in the news lately from Matt Benedetto. If you guys didn't heard that he had no sponsor for the upcoming race at Phoenix, which is now rebranded as ISM. And one cool thing that I thought that was really cool is that NASCAR community came together and they gave him a sponsor. So good job from Matt Benedetto, and who knows, maybe we might see a diecast of that. But back to this car, I would recommend getting this car. It is a highly anticipated car from one of the late releases for 2017, and heck, I'd say go out and get it, guys. Really cool looking paint scheme we got. And the next few guys are all 2018 cars, and most of them are similar to last year's, but there are some few changes. And we got first up, Kevin Harvick's number 4 Busch Beer Light car. So another car very similar to last year's. To last year's car. You know, it's not like the Busch car from last year, which was on the dreaded PTC mold, and they made it to the EL mold. This car is literally the same as last year's, but if you fail to pick up last year's car, then I would recommend getting this. Plus, I believe this also has the shorter spoiler, unlike last year's, as far as I know. Who knows? Maybe they might be exactly the same, but there might be some slight differences with the 2018 cars. But as far as I know, if you're a Harvick fan, with how his dominance has been performing, go out and get it if you guys are happy for Harvick. We also got this car I just briefly reviewed on one of my diecast reviews. It is Chase Elliott's number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. Yeah, this car is pretty cool, even though it is an outdated paint scheme. If you guys know what I'm talking about, feel free to watch my NASCAR Authentics diecast review of this car from Wave 1 of the Chase Elliott Napa Auto Parts car. Still a pretty cool paint scheme, even though it is kind of outdated. Because they added a lot more blue to this car, like where the side skirts are. Actually, they added a lot more white where the side skirts are, and then they took that blue and they put it on the A pillar. So yeah, the whole pillar is supposed to be blue. But still a pretty cool looking paint scheme, even though I think the glitter's kind of messed up on this car. It's supposed to be a metallic finish, but it ends up going off as a glitter effect. Some people got mixed feelings about this car, even on the 124s is like this as well. You know, I can't really say if it's a fail or Henry Motorsports wanted that to happen on that car, and that's what Lionel produced, because as far as I know, Lionel's been doing a really good job with the Henry Motorsports diecast with the metallic finishes. So yeah, very ironic that this car is glittery, but I still say Chase Elliott fans got to get it no matter what. Next up, we got Paul Menard's number 21 Ford Motorcraft Ford Fusion. Another Wood Brothers car that we got for this year with another new driver, guys. Man, I mean, Wood Brothers always likes to experiment with new drivers. We had some with Trevor Bayne and, heck, Ricky Snowes Jr., Trevor Bayne, and then Ryan Blaney, and now we got Paul Menard, which might be a good move because now Paul Menard is actually smiling for once. So, yeah, that's very ironic. I mean, who in the world would thought Paul Menard would actually have a grin on his face? So it looks like things are looking good for Paul Menard, and he's been running pretty good so far because it's got that Penske association with him. He's also going to be running a couple of Xfinity starts as well in the 22 car, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, really, really interesting to see what this 21 car is going to do, especially with all the consistency it had last year with Ryan Blaney. So, maybe this will be a good breakout year for Paul Menard. We may never know, but this diecast is available for you guys to get as well in both scales. And the last one for the 164s to be talking about, it is Ryan Newman's number 31 Granger Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. So another car very similar to last year's, but it is on the brand new Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 diecast mold. So you guys know I'm a big fan of this, so if that's gonna be enough encouragement to go out and get this car, that I would. If not, then you know, you're not really, you know, there could be some other cars that could be coming out, like wait for its Liberty National car, or the Bass Pro Shops Cabela's car, because those two are new cars for the 31 car. So I recommend getting those, but if you really need a Ryan Newman car for 2018 that's on the new mold, then this might be a good one, or the Caterpillar car. But that wraps up on the 164s, and now we're going on to the 124s, guys. And the only 124 we'll be talking about, which I will be reviewing coming up this week or the next week or so, because I just picked it up from my good friends at Plan B Sales. It is Martrex Juniors number 78 Furniture Row Kentucky race win. So yes, guys, this is the third Martrex Junior card that we got released for his race wins. As you guys know, that Lionel is making 7 out of the 8 race win cars for this year, which the crazy myself is going to get all of them, because, you know, you're talking to a Martrex Junior fan right here. So yeah, but this probably has to be, I will say, this is probably will be the least interesting race win car that we got for Martrex Junior. Only reason I got this is because Kentucky is my home state, and it's finally cool to see, you know, my favorite driver win at my home state. So if you guys can relate to that, then this might be a cool car to get. And if you guys were at that race and you saw Truex dominate, then maybe another good reason why you should get this car as well. But overall, guys, that wraps up on all the diecasts that have been released for this episode. Alrighty, guys, now it's time for some pre-orders, and we got a good amount of the pre-orders to be talking about. 5 new ones to be talking about over these last 3 weeks. Majority of them are going to be from one specific driver, because you guys know who's dominating the Cup Series. But before we get to that, guys, we're going to look at a truck win diecast, and it is actually a very surprising one, and hopefully this will make MOQ whenever the date is available for that. I will give you guys updates on that, or you can follow on our Instagram and Facebook for more information on that. But it is Brent Moffin's number 16 Assen Group truck. So very interesting pre-order that we got for this Toyota Tundra truck. You know, it's a shame that we didn't got that for Ryan Truex, but then again, Ryan Truex didn't win last year. But yeah, guys, Brett Moffitt, man, I mean, coming off with his second career win in the Truck Series, if I'm not mistaken myself, that is pretty cool right there, and he was able to edge out a couple each year, so that's pretty cool right there. So maybe might be a popular truck to get, guys, but very, very interesting seeing that we're gonna try to get another truck diecast in this, because that's already 2 right now, but and as far as I know, there's no word yet on any more truck wins diecast, but I will get updates to that. But so far, so good for the truck diecast. Hopefully we're gonna get a lot more like this, and I do love the surprises that we got. So hopefully this car will make it in the pre-order list, but you can get this on pre-order at your local diecast dealers or at Lionel Racing. And now we're going on to the Xfinity Series, guys, and it's only going to be at the Atlanta race, guys. They haven't put a pre-order up yet for Justin Allgaier's win yet for Las Vegas. So yeah, we're actually gonna be not Las Vegas, the Phoenix race. Wow, that dementia's already kicking in already. We got Kevin Harvick's number 98 Hunt Brothers Pizza Atlanta Xfinity race win. So yeah, the classic Hunt Brothers car that usually gets canceled. Guess they decided it was a good time to get this car in the race version model. Well, who knows? I have a feeling this car probably will get canceled, because usually the Hunt Brothers Pizza cars do not sell and they don't reach MOQ. But then again, I would be surprised, because Kevin Harvick has been, you know, quite the name in NASCAR lately. If you guys know what I'm talking about. And then we're going to get on to the Cup Series now, guys, which the last 3 are all Cup races. And you guys probably already know who has won the last 3 Cup races so far. It's Kevin Harvick, guys. This guy is on fire right now. So it's a good time to be a Kevin Harvick fan and a Storehouse Racing fan in general, guys. So we got not 1, not 2, but 3 Kevin Harvick pre-orders that are now up. And it is all his Jimmy John's car, but we got one for the Atlanta Cup race. Another one for the Las Vegas Cup race, which that is kind of an encumbered win. But then again, that term doesn't really work anymore. So I guess it's a sort of win, but not really. And then we got the ISM Cup win as well. So yeah, guys, I mean, well, what can I say? I mean, Atlanta, he was, you know, pretty undefeated at that race as well. I mean, swept the weekend with you know, with the Xfinity race and the Atlanta Cup race. So it was already a great start for that number 4 team. And then we head to Las Vegas, which was a controversial one, because if you guys do not know what happened with Kevin Harvick after he won the Las Vegas race, it was another dominating race for him. But then we noticed that there was a little indent where the roof flaps were on the top of his car, and I guess that played some sort of aerodynamic advantage to the 4 team, and they got caught with the penalty, but they did not get the win, took it away from them. unfortunately. It seems like NASCAR can't have the balls to take any wins away from drivers. Otherwise, Kyle Busch would have won the Atlanta race, which, I mean, not the Atlanta race, the Las Vegas race. Wow, these races are getting so confusing now with the same driver winning in the same paint scheme every week. I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm happy for Kevin Harvick, but yeah, guys, that was definitely controversial indeed. And back to Atlanta car as well, guys. That was actually Kevin Harvick's first time winning at Atlanta since his rookie year in 2001. So, and that was paying a good tribute to Dale Earnhardt as well, because you guys know that was Kevin Harvick's first race in that car after the loss we had with Dale Earnhardt in that dreadful year. And he raised the three fingers out to salute Dale, and I definitely have a lot of respect for that. I myself am not a big fan of Kevin Harvick, but what he did right there was pretty amazing. But now switch back to the Las Vegas car, guys. Sorry it sounds a little confusing, but I just had that thought in my head. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that was pretty memorable to share, and might be a reason why this car might sell out on the pre-order list for 2018. But yeah, so the Las Vegas Encumber win, that's available for pre-order. And now the newly released car that's now up for pre-order, it is the Jimmy John's ISM Cup race win, guys. Kevin Harvick and what was known as Phoenix definitely goes well together like bread and butter, guys, or peanut butter and jelly. This guy got his 9th career win at this track, and what can I say? I mean, did we all see this coming? After all the dominance that Kevin Harvick's had, you know, it was kind of neck and neck between him and Kyle Busch. I thought Kyle Busch was going to have an advantage, and boy, Chase Elliott actually almost had another shot of winning, but he kind of lost, which, I mean, man, that drop for Chase Elliott really is starting to hit for those Chase Elliott fans. Do feel sorry for them, but in the end, Kevin Harvick got the win, whether you love him or you hate him. You gotta admit, this guy is definitely kicking the competition for this year. But I highly encourage you guys to check out all these pre-orders at your local diecast dealers or at Lionel Racing. As now we're going to take a look at the we're going to actually not have a fan of the week for this week, guys, because we didn't have anything new to be talking about. However, though, as a good replacement, we're going to be looking at the first looks that were supplied from our good friends at Lionel Racing. So we're going to give you guys a brief little slideshow because we will be talking about these cars when they get officially released. So we do got some first look prototype pictures. This one I'm going to be, okay, I'm going to have a bias caption alert right here. I'm going to be totally biased because this is my next favorite driver after Truex retires. Ryan Blaney's number 12 Menards Ford Fusion 124. What a beautiful looking car. A lot of people call this car the highlighter car, but you guys might know my reason why I like this car, because I am an IndyCar fan. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, then just look up Simon Pagenaud's Menards livery and you'll find out why I love this car a lot. But great job for Lionel representing this car, and looking forward to it hit the diecast market very soon, guys. This one will not be produced, but I thought this would be a cool find to show you guys. But this is actually Dana Schwartz's number 19 Coca-Cola 124 prototype, kinda. It will not be produced. Coca-Cola even said that they are not going to produce this car, which is pretty screwed up. It's like, hey, let's not produce the car, but then to make an announcement, let's put on a diecast car so everybody can get jealous. Who knows, guys? I mean, I don't know. Maybe if we could start a petition and maybe we could get that Coca-Cola car produced, because, man, if you guys are a big fan of Coca-Cola, especially since they brought, this car could look so retro, guys. They brought the Coca-Cola retro look to it. Just, I don't know, it's basic, but I like it. Plus, he ran this car in Las Vegas as well, so really cool paint scheme for Daniel Suarez. Next to his teammate, guys, we got the ever so popular Eric Jones in the number 20 DeWalt's Toyota Camry. So literally the same paint scheme as last year's, but still pretty cool that we actually are going to have an Eric Jones diecast produced and not canceled. So, because last year was a horrific year for Eric Jones diecast because majority of it was canceled. So very nice right there. And last we got good old the new fan favorite Bubba Wallace in the number 43 Click and Coast Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 124. Click and Coast actually provided this picture and not Lionel. So yeah, guys, these are some really cool looking pictures that we got, and I'm hoping you guys are liking these little preview pictures that we're doing. It'll try to get you guys hyped up and maybe encourage you guys to pre-order these diecasts, because all these cards except for the Coca-Cola car are available for pre-order and will be shipping out very, very soon. And now we're going to go on to the cancellations, guys, and we only got 2 to be talking about in this episode, so yeah, I know the cancellations are getting a little slim, but I think it's a good time, to slim down the cancellations. Watch, I'm going to jinx myself, and then the next episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, we're going to have a bunch of cancellations, because, Lionel, you got to love it when they do that stuff. But it is going to be some more Xfinity cars, and it actually is some more Junior Motorsports cars. Not surprising right there. You know, when there's always an Xfinity car, you got to know it's got to be a Junior Motorsports car, sadly. But it is actually on both armored chili cars driven by Elliott Sadler and Tyler Reddick, guys. And ironically, to combine in that combo, they are both canceled in both scales. Yeah, very, very sad to see this happening. I mean, especially for any Tyler Reddick fans who were planning to get this diecast. Looks like that's going to be a missed opportunity for you guys. As for the Elliott Sadler car, you know, the armor cars really haven't been selling that well, and they have been canceled. I think they only made the armor car, I think, once a couple years ago or a few years back. But, yeah, another underrated car and an underrated paint scheme. I mean, I'll give them props. They did change the paint scheme up from last year's, which last year's literally looked like diarrhea. No offense, but it did. So it is a better paint scheme, but yeah, it's just disappointing seeing the more Junior Motorsports car getting canceled. You would think Junior Motorsports cars will sell because, you know, Dale Jr. owns the team, and Dale Jr. is quite a popular NASCAR driver, but I guess not. I mean, just very unfortunate to see that happening, but that wraps up on your cancellations, folks. Alrighty, guys, prepare yourselves. We're about to get the hype train rolling because you guys know what time it is. It is NASCAR Authentics time, and let's just say we got ourselves another 2018 wave that's gonna be coming out very soon, guys. As you guys already know from the wonderful social media, Wave 1's already in stores, and a lot of people are wondering what is next. Well, Wave 2 just got recently announced on Lionel's episode of The Fix, which was on Wednesday, March 7th. At this rate, who knows? Maybe they'll announce a Wave 3 in the next wave, guys. But loving this because I'll provide you guys a lot of content because I know how much you guys love NASCAR Authentics reviews, so I really do appreciate that, guys. And we will be I will be reviewing the rest of the cars, majority of the rest of the cars from Wave 1. But anyways, enough for me talking about Wave 1 because that's kind of, you know, the past news. Wave 2, guys, again, all these cars I'm about to show you were leaked from Lionel's Racing Garage. So yeah, I mean, I guess no one can't really make predictions anymore because it looks like Lionel likes to release the pictures of not really pictures, but they actually had the categories of these cars, and I'll probably show you guys a screenshot right here. But yeah, guys, but in this wave, guys, we do got the return of some exclusive diecasts, guys. We got one new 2017, and the rest are all 2018 diecasts. I believe there's 8, because you get 8 in 2018. But yeah, 2 exclusives in this wave, and let's go ahead and show you guys the picture right here. Here is Wave 2, guys, for 2018. So right off the bat, we do get another race win car, so loving the race win cars that we are getting. This is a third one in a row that we've got for race win, that we at least had a race win car. And it is actually an exclusive race win, which is even better, guys. And it is Kyle Busch's number 18 M&M's Caramel All-Star Charlotte race win car. Really, really cool that they decided to bring the Caramel car in this wave, even though I think it would have been appropriate in 2018. But the M&M's Caramel car and the M&M's car really aren't too much of a difference. So still pretty dang awesome that we're going to get this car in this wave. So this is going to be a car I would highly recommend picking up because they did not make this in the 1/64 scale until now, guys. And this is the only way you can get this, guys. I cannot stress this enough. Only way you can get this car right here. So really cool selection. Next ones are really interesting. We got Brad Keselowski's number 2 discount tire car. So this is the second Brad Keselowski car that we got released for 2018, along with his Worth car from Wave 1. But I think this has to be a better buy because Discount Tire is a brand new main sponsor for Brad Keselowski. They've been with Brad Keselowski since you know, the start of his Xfinity career when he drove for Team Penske back in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, or 2009. But yeah, guys, really cool that they stepped up as a sponsor, but it is kind of a shame that Miller Lite is not going to be the main sponsor anymore for the 2 car because that's a tradition that's been carrying on since Rusty Wallace drove the car. So yeah, guys, that's kind of unfortunate, especially for any Rusty fans out there. But back to the Discount Tire car, guys. Really, I had a feeling that they were going to put this car in this wave. It's very similar to the Xfinity car, but it's actually a Cup car, so recommend getting it because it's something new. This one I know is going to sell off the shelves like crazy because you guys are going to know what this car is. No, it's not Jeff Gordon. It does look like a Jeff Gordon tribute team, but it is the new driver of the number 24, which is possibly the next Jeff Gordon, William Byron, and his number 24 Exalta Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. What a beautiful looking paint scheme this is. I'm glad they brought back the flames, even though instead of the black the black base paint scheme. It's actually a very dark navy blue, I believe, or if you guys know what the proper term of this paint is for that blue, then feel free to let me know. I'm curious because I want to get that appropriate information for you guys out there, especially when I review this car when Wave 2 hits shelves very soon. But you know, I did not see this car. I definitely, you know, not a surprise seeing this car being in this wave, because we had you know, half of the Hendrick cars from the first wave, and then we're getting the looks like the other half on the second wave. But and now we're good at this one. Not another surprise right here. Austin Dillon's 2018 number 3 Dow car, your Daytona 500 champion for 2018. Pretty appropriate to get this car. Plus the paint scheme's also changed as well. You know, is it an improvement on like last year's? You know, I mean, on the Gold Series mold, the fade is kind of different, but then again, I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but Richard Childress Racing, kind of like what they did with Chase Elliott and his Napa car, they changed the paint scheme. So they did change the fade at the last minute, which sucks because we do get an inaccurate car. So yeah, the fade is inaccurate, and also the I'm not a big fan of the white roof. It just looks very ironic on this paint scheme. They should have just kept it black and, I don't know, or red or something. Maybe black, as it goes well with the paint scheme. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it is a cool looking car, and I probably will give you guys a review on this car as well. Next one is another exclusive car, which we did kind of mostly talked about in this episode, if you look back on the pre-orders. Kevin Harvick's number 98 Hunt Brothers Pizza Xfinity Ford Mustang. What can I say? Is this another surprise? Kinda, but we did have the Hunt Brothers Pizza car from last year that got DNP'd and canceled, and what do you know, they brought it back, and they did it again this year, guys. So either we're living in deja vu or Lionel's just getting pretty predictable, but I cannot complain. What a cool looking paint scheme this is, guys. You know, there's only a handful of times that we're going to get some diecasts like these produced, and you know, I'm glad that you know, exclusive diecasts are cool, but when we get cars that were previously canceled and they put it back into waves, that just knows that Lionel made a smart decision right there already. And that's the reason why I like NASCAR Authentics, because sometimes they can save diecast guys already from cancellations, because, you know, 1 in a million chance it could always happen. You know, there could be that one diecast that you really want that got canceled, and it could be brought back in the NASCAR Authentics waves. So that's why I show a lot of respect and support for the NASCAR Authentics waves, and this is a good reason why. So of course I'm going to get this car, guys. Really strong selection for already in this wave. Next one is where the wave starts going downhill just a little bit, but we got Kyle Busch's number 18 M&M's car. Very similar cars to last year, so if you did fail to get this car from wave 7 and also on the Cracker Barrel waves, then yeah, this would be a car I would recommend getting if you missed out on that. But paint scheme, very similar to last year's, guys, so not too much of a change right there. But of course, if you're a Kyle Busch fan, of course, I would recommend getting this as well. And next up, we got what is Jimmy Johnson's number 48 Los Pros car. Also, as I like to call, the bad luck paint scheme for Jimmy Johnson. I'm just kidding. I just had to say that, guys. I mean, Jimmy Johnson will rebound. I mean, he's a 7-time champion. He's gonna rebound, guys. Just watch. He's gonna probably, you know, be back up on his feet and, you know, kick major butt like he usually does in the Cup Series. But yeah, guys, I was not a big fan of this paint scheme at first, but you know what? It's starting to grow on to me. And plus, if you look pretty closely, this car does have that metallic finish where the silver is, and I think the black is matte, if I'm not mistaken, as well. If that's the case, that's a really interesting color combination right there. This car kind of reminds me of the William Byron Exalted car from last year's. So if it's set up just like that, I think that'd be a cool way to compare that. But yeah, I mean, this paint scheme definitely is starting to grow on to me. I still prefer 2017's Lowe's car from last year, but pretty interesting that they decided to do something different. Next two, guys, are the last two for this wave, and it is Ryan Newman's number 31 Granger car. So I just talked about this car on the new release diecast early in this video. So we had the Granger car that was released from last year. So if you failed to get that car, then this is a good substitution for that. Plus, it's also on the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 mold, which, you know, looks freaking sexy. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's a cool looking car if you missed out on the Granger car from last year. And the last one, guys, it is, are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? We got a Paul Menard diecast in this wave, guys. Who would have known? The third time we got a Menard diecast in NASCAR Authentics, and it is the number 21 Wood Brothers Ford Fusion for the Ford Motorcraft car. Yes, guys. you know, that is really cool right there. I mean, part of me doesn't really want to get this car, but since it's actually a Paul Menard diecast, I don't know. I feel like I might get this car, guys. I know the paint scheme, you know, is very similar unlike the other years, but that's one thing that I like about the Wood Brothers team. They're not afraid to keep the paint scheme like they do with Team Penske. So maybe that explains why they're really in good connection with Team Penske, guys, because they have a good alliance with them. So yeah, guys, overall on this wave, guys, I have to admit, pretty decent selection. You know, I think it's up there with Wave 1, and I don't know, I think it might be just a little bit better than Wave 1 because we got those exclusive diecasts, as from Wave 1 we did not have any exclusives. So yeah, guys, and one thing I got to point out as well is that we are getting the same diecast render magnets in this wave. So I think that's a first that we've got. Actually, no, I think from 2016. I think when they first released the 2016 diecast for NASCAR Authentics, they had like the pit magnets, I think, and they released those in the first 2 waves. But hopefully we'll see some variation in the trinkets. Because this is the second wave in a row for 2018 that we've got the same magnets and trinkets. But I can't complain, you know. Most of us usually go for the diecast anyways, but as long as it ain't those dreadful hats, guys. But feel free to comment below what was your favorite section of this video, and what do you guys overall think of this new wave from NASCAR Authentics. And this will be available, I believe, coming out late March or early April, guys, since Wave 1 just got released. But who knows, I could be wrong, and this wave could be out by the next week or so, so who knows. But yeah, guys, that's all that's going to be for this episode of NASCAR Diecast News. I hope you guys enjoyed this video series. As always, please give a good comment, like, if you guys have not already. I highly encourage you guys to check out my channel by clicking that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you guys can be in the original Big Bri notification squad, so you guys can get updated on when's new episode of NASCAR Diecast News and NASCAR Authentics reviews and many more. That's diecast, so you're not really missing out if you don't hit that button, guys. But you know, comment, like, subscribe, share, do what you got to do to support this channel, and I will catch you guys next time on the next episode of the NASCAR Diecast News.